On your screen, Sensex, Nifty, Bank Nifty, all of them are trading with a negative bias. It was expected to be a weak start, not like a scary start. The breadth is meaningfully weak today. That is something which I think is worth pointing out. Let's look at Asian Paints. What do we have there? Let's look at Z. These are two stocks which in a sense 3% down. I mean 5% down for Z. Money has come in, but no large family office or a corporate has invested. So these are clutch of offshore funds which have come in, and they've raised capital with the underlying FCCB with a coupon rate, which means that it's not equity has come in at no cost. Equity has come at a cost of servicing which is higher than the US bond. We'll talk about it, but I just want to look at some of the volume makers here. I can see Elecon Engineering down 10%, Vodafone down, ILDA down, Yes Bank down, MTNL down. So it's turning out to be a day when you're off on a back foot. I want to look at LIC because that was a standout mover. HPCL, BPCL again big standout movers yesterday. LIC the only spot of big green. HPCL, BPCL are the other two ones which are standing top.
Yeah, Elcon, by the way, the numbers have been disappointing. That's why, Nikunj, you're seeing that sharp downtick on Elcon Engineering. The stock is gapped down now 10.5%. The EBITDA, remember, has come in lower by 7.5%. And there's a margin squeeze as well. It's come in at 23.5% versus a comparable of 24.1% on a year-on-year basis. The other disappointments, of course, Asian Paints, like we were marking out this morning. Vodafone Idea also, the May subscriber losses have come in at 9.24 lakhs versus a loss of 7.35 lakh users on a month-on-month basis. For Bajaj Electrical, there's a bit of a rejig. Anuj Poddar is set to resign as the MD and CEO. Kolte Patel, the sales value has come in lower by 4%. Area sale volume is down 7% on a Q-on-Q basis. There's Nazara as well, wherein two of their subsidiaries have received a GST demand order worth about 1,120 crore rupees, and this is for FY 18 to 23. Nazara has gapped down 7% now as we speak in trade. Century Textiles too, the EBITDA has come in lower. 25%. Margins have seen a huge squeeze, 9.3 versus 15.8. Century Textiles, not a very liquid name, not seeing much of a movement right now. Jubilant Ingrevia as well. The numbers have been disappointing. The top line has seen a decline of about almost 5%, and the EBITDA as well has seen a downtick of about 6.3%. Jubilant Ingrevia down about nearly 3% as we speak. For Bharti, of course, the subscriber additions have been positive. They've added 12.5 lakh users in the month of May, and that's a solid jump from the 7.5 that they saw in the previous month. LTIMindtree came out with its numbers, even though it was a bit of a mixed bag, wherein the PAT was muted, but constant currency revenue growth has come in at 2.6%, which is definitely higher, and the margins as well have seen a bit of an uptick at 15%. What is iShares then up to? They've launched that Royal Enfield Guerrilla 450, which is starting at about 2.39 lakhs. iShares starts off lower by 2%. For Bajaj Auto, by the way, the CNG bike Freedom 125, which they recently launched, they've got over about 30,000 inquiries in a week's time. But again, these are inquiries. It's not necessary that it's going to translate into sales. And across the board, you're seeing the two-wheeler pack ebb down today, 2.25% lower for Bajaj Auto, and even Hero is actually down. For the Nifty, though, a lot more resilient, a lot more sedate. But Kunal, do you see any direction that we may take in the latter part of the day?
Well, maybe I think we could be a bit more range bound this time around after this gap down. But I think the Bank Nifty could make a comeback. That's what I believe. If the PSU banking lot, especially the likes of SBI, they start to move up higher. And 885, I think, is a critical level for SBI in that aspect. Now, in terms of opening trade, I would look out for FMCG stock, ITC. That's a stock which has done exceptionally well in the last 2 weeks, risen from 430 to now 460 plus levels. Looks very attractive.
I would watch it.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.